And like I said, we're going to stream this right into the Facebook group as well. That way you don't have to wait for me or any downtime for the recording, but you will get both. So tonight is all about mindset, intentions. Where are we going? And you'll notice in the October schedule that I have put the topic for each week. Mm-hmm. So that's going to look the same for all 3 months. Of course, the training is going to be different. So each month, the training is going to complement the previous month. I thought that this would be a wonderful start because you've had more than enough time to go through the Pinterest Marketing Academy modules. Some of you blew through them. I'm wildly impressed. And those of you who are taking your time, I'm just as impressed. It is a lot of information to implement and implement it well. And then we get into the mindset piece of like, whoa, can I do this? Can I really be a success story? You know, maybe there's some fear of video. And those are the things that we want to talk about tonight. So we can eradicate this right at the beginning before we step into a beautiful, beautiful 12 weeks together. Quick housekeeping real quick. Like I was saying before I hit record, the schedule is posted in the group. I will make sure it's added to the back office as well. Those of you maybe didn't see, I don't know, but the October pinning guide is also up. I gave you a PDF version and I gave you the digital version as well. That is in the Facebook group, and I will also put that in your back office as well. So if you guys have any questions about that, let me know. That's a framework for you. So we may just take a very, very quick glance at that real quick and then get into the real reason we're here tonight. So here it is. I'm going to ask you if you can see my screen. All right. Evidently, when I did the TikTok training, I thought I was sharing my screen, but evidently I wasn't doing it all the way. Was there anyone on that training with me? You should have yelled at me and said, hey, you dumbass, share your screen. But in our Facebook group, we've got it's pinned to the featured section right here. And I've also created guides. I like this organization. I don't mean to be redundant. I don't mean to be repetitive. But when we work in large groups, in order to avoid the chaos and the questions that come up, I just would rather, you know, take the cautious road. So guide number 2 is October. Anything we do for the month of October, here's your schedule, here's your pinning guide, and then each of our session replays will be in the October guide as well. So there's the schedule, and then here's the guide. So you've got the PDF version. And if you want to open this directly in Canva, you can do so just by clicking this link. And it's going to load. So it's like, hey, what to pin? What's going to be trending this season? What are we looking at and forecasting over the next really 8 to 12 weeks? Croctober, if anyone here is in the food space, October crockpot ideas are big. Any kind of fall food. Indoor plants, believe it or not. I know it's hard to see, but this wall behind me is all shiplap. And this is my live air plant wall. So I have live plants behind me, always bringing in fresh oxygen. New Year's, and that means anything New Year's related. So the top resolutions are always about how to make more money, how to get out of debt, how to lose weight or improve wellness or health. And then, am I missing one? There's several that are really always at the top of everybody's list. Oh, vacations. Yeah, vacations are huge. People want time freedom. And then Christmas. So anything again, winter fashion, Thanksgiving, and then quotes. Quotes never, ever go out of style. And so Myrna, you're absolutely right. Goal setting is big, but it's like goal setting isn't the root. The goal is the weight loss, the more money, the less debt. So how we pin right now, everything we do as far as language and our keywords, doesn't matter what you're pinning about, it just has to really feed and fuel into the seasonal trends. So far as content planning ideas, Elf on the Shelf is huge. So again, if you guys are Amazon affiliates, you can pin your Elf on the Shelf books. You can put ideas out. You can have lots of fun with this. Again, New Year's resolutions, make money, lose weight, vacations. Those are really the primary 3 resolutions. Relationships fall in there. So where's Kelly? I just saw you. So life coaches, relationships are going to be a huge piece of that as well. Gift guides. If you have a blog, it's really, really great to start getting like gift guides going. And we can dive more into that. I actually have a review blog where we do those kind of things. And you can embed your affiliate products, your digital products, all those kind of things in the blog. Or you could go into Canva. I made this document in Canva, so you could make a quick gift guide and you could put clickable links in the guide itself so that now you could pin the link from Canva. Let me see. Again, you guys can see this. I just wanted to make sure that you understood this is a framework. You don't have to stick to just the things on this board, but these are those seasonal trends that we're looking to. So promote your affiliate products, your digital products, your physical products. Put a focus right now on Black Friday and also Cyber Monday, Black Friday tips, Thanksgiving receipts, Thanksgiving activities, and also be thinking into that new year ways to make money in 2024. And we saw a lot of trends last year, specifically using the year 2023. So if you start pinning for New Year's, please make sure that you are using 2024, because you're going to see that start to pop as a trend pretty soon. And then there's a clickable link. And so that's that. So any questions on the guide? All right. Pretty self-explanatory. Very, very cool. All right, welcome. And welcome to everyone who just came in as well. So I really want to dive in here. This, again, it's a safe space. If we're not honest, if we're not vulnerable, we're not going to grow. So I'd like to know if there's anybody at this point who feels like this sounds great. I've seen your success stories. I've seen the things, but I really don't know if this can happen for me, or I don't want to put myself on video, or anything else coming up for you. Let's put this all out on the table and squash it before we really get started. All right, Teresa, I'm glad that hand went up, because I was like, as you guys are mustering up the courage to be honest with me, I'm going to tell you a story, but I don't have to now. So Teresa Thomas, unmute yourself.
Hello there.
Hi, beautiful.
As you may have seen in Transact, on a post I put in there, I am trusting God to protect my tax-free benefits because they're screwing me around on the appeal again and again and again. I'm going to do videos, but I'm not going to put them out there right now. I'm going to do the pins and stuff, and I've been dealing with heart issues from the asthma and COPD for the military. And so I have been doing a lot of sleeping because it's got me down. And so I got to go back through the first academy, and I'm okay with where I'm at right now.
Good.
And that is such a gift.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So your situation is a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
So Teresa is a U.S. Navy veteran.
Air Force,
sorry.
Nurse.
Air Force veteran. And she's going through an appeal right now where she can't have an online business, because if they see that, they may potentially deny the appeal. So I think that you're obviously going to be very different than most people in this group. And right now you're just learning. You're like a squirrel, right? Like you're You're packing the things away for the
Mhm.
winter. And when it is time, you've got so much ammunition to get out there and just
Right.
go crazy. It's not a secret that I have COVID right now. It
Mhm.
is an ass kicking virus like you wouldn't believe. And so I know how important leverage is.
Mhm.
I was thinking today, and I actually made a little post about it. Sometimes leverage itself isn't enough. And it reminded me of why we're all here. It's not just me, it's not just Teresa's case, but it's like what's going on in your world right now where you need some time back, where you need your freedom, where you
Mhm.
need the ability to make money literally around the clock. And that's really what I can promise you if you each really step up to the plate, be consistent, work with me through this process. In really a short 12 weeks, things can be wildly, wildly different. So, Teresa, take lots of notes, do everything you can to stay plugged in. And I'm proud of you for being here.
And I want to thank everybody that's going to be sharing their wins and what they've gone through, because I learned so much just from listening and taking notes.
Atta girl. Thank you. All right, Kara, then Myrna, and then Sarah. So
So I have a quick question because I was traveling as well. I've only gotten through the first module. So would you recommend that I kind of pound out the modules so that I don't fall behind, or?
I think it's in your best benefit if, where'd you go? You all shifted on me. Oh, there you are. If you can. I don't want to overwhelm you because again, this isn't something for you to be like, go do this. Everything that we do here in this group and the academy, you all have lifetime access to. So I don't want you to feel like I'm behind. You're exactly where you are, and that's okay. But if you're looking to have a very different situation come the turn of the new year, that is in your best interest. And as we go through this group together, again, next week, we're going to talk about collaboration. And I'm going to be teaching you all things that I've never, ever, and I probably will never teach inside of the academy, because that's very basic. You guys are next level. So in order to be ready for that, I think you may want kind of that baseline foundation.
Okay, thank you for your honesty. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Miss Myrna.
Hey, Kim. So I'm just going to be very bold and say I have a lot of fear.
Thank
And I know that fear can stop me, and I don't want that. And I want some help mindset wise. And I'll tell you, I've tried many things. And in the last year, I've pretty much lost belief in my ability to succeed. I'm a retiree. I have a ministry in Nicaragua. We live there full time.
Wow.
And we've been visiting the US for the last 2.5 months. So I haven't gotten a lot done. But you gave so much value and content in the 5-day challenge, and you helped me believe in myself again.
Thank you.
And it's been long enough now, I'm starting to have that fear again. And so I need some help with that.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Are you willing to play with me here tonight?
Yes, I am.
Thank you for your bravery. Everyone give Myrna a round of applause, because you all know this is not easy and you're in great company. So I'm going to spotlight you because I want to see you. So sorry about this.
Yeah, I look awesome tonight.
You do.
You go, girl. Where does the fear come in for you?
It comes from a lot of it from my husband, just saying, you're there's no way you can do this. And also my past failures.
Mhm.
And I've succeeded a lot in my life. I had a 20-year career in the public health service and did quite well and all of that. And so, but all of that was dependent on a college degree.
I get
And
it.
I don't have a college degree for this.
I am with you. I have a bachelor's degree in business management, and I've actually just this morning, my husband and I visit this Mexican restaurant on a weekly basis. We love them. We tip really well. We take great care of them, and they are in jeopardy of closing. They are in bad financial shape. And the owner, who barely speaks English, and I only speak un poquito español, he had the gonads to come up to me and say, "Señora, I need your help." And I looked at my husband and I said, "Let's go put this bachelor's degree to work." But
Mhm.
what I did was I took everything I learned in the digital space, and I was able to sit down and have a very real conversation about how can we turn this business around for you. So now I'm working with a local business in the community. And it's funny because I'm talking to the whole room here. First and foremost, we have what we call the known. And I'm not going to use the term the comfort zone, because that's really just overused and cliche at this point. And this is going to look so X-rated, and I don't mean this, but let's pretend like here's this circle, right? Here's a hole. Think of your internet. Think of your fiber optics, right? You've got this conduit, and everything you stuff into it is bandwidth.
Mhm.
And then you get to a point where you just can't breathe because there's so much bandwidth.
Right.
And we choose as humans to hold the bullshit stories that other people tell us, because the truth is that's on them.
Mhm.
I'm not being disrespectful to your husband, but there's something within him
And
that he
yep.
doesn't believe that he's going to try to project to you, because
Mhm.
it's easier to bring someone down than it is to bring someone up.
So
Harvard Business just did a study recently that if you physically sit next to a high performer, your productivity will increase. Yeah. Guess how much?
probably 1,000%.
It's really only 15%. 15%. But 15% can make a huge difference. But if you sit next to a low performer, your productivity will decrease by 30%.
Oh, wow.
It's a hell of a lot easier to go back than it is to go up. And so many times people will say things to us, and this may sting some people in the room, but only we can assign meaning to those words, right?
Oh, yeah.
People cannot make us feel a certain way. That belief is already an inside thing. So what I would love to do
Mhm.
is an exercise,
Okay.
and it is 100% success rate. How's that, Harvard
like that.
Business? So the truth is, this conduit that we have, this is the known. You all can call it your comfort zone if you want to. Sometimes in this known, we have dysfunction, we have trauma, we have depression, we have anxiety, we have worry, we have doubt, we have fear, we have just bleh.
Mhm.
And when we take that step out into the unknown, maybe a healthier place for us. But the truth is, we're not used to that. We're more comfortable in the shitstorm. That's where the self-sabotage will come in, because even though it's healthier in the unknown, it's too uncomfortable, and that discomfort is foreign. So we will self-sabotage to put ourselves back in the known.
Yep.
So you've got to ask yourself, which character is showing up for me? And you need to thank that character and say, you're not needed right now.
Okay.
So when it comes to fear of growing the business, fear of being profitable, fear of being seen, whatever that looks like to you, I'm going to write, I've got my pen and paper. So I'm going to ask that you not give me a story. You
Mhm.
just give me the emotion that's tied to it. Like,
Approval.
okay. So I want to form this in a negative emotion.
Mhm.
And I know that approval is, can we call that an emotion?
No, it's not really, is it? I think insecurity might be the better.
Okay, that's fair. insecurity, right? Anything else? I want you to give it all to me. I'm going to take it from you tonight.
I think I'm trying to think what else. Oh, the fear of not being loved.
Mm-hmm. Fear. Okay.
Oh, and this just occurred today, so I should remember it. Being invisible, the fear of being invisible, not valued.
Mm. How does that make you feel?
Kind of invisible. Not good for sure.
Okay.
Alone.
Anything else?
I think that is most of it, as far as I know.
Yep. I'm going to give you an opportunity to subconsciously check in and make sure we're
Okay.
not leaving anything on the table before we're done.
Okay.
So I just want to say this. Could everyone, except for Myrna, please make sure that your lines are muted? It's very important. I don't want her having distractions. And if you resonate with anything that's being said right now, I'm going to invite you to walk through this exercise with us. So I'm going to ask anyone who's willing to walk through. You might not have the same emotions as Myrna. I want you to follow what I'm doing and just fill in the blank for yourself. So I'm going to ask that you close your eyes. Just trust me. You're in a good spot. Okay. I want you to take 3 deep breaths, inhaling through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Good. Good job. Now, Myrna, I want you to imagine that right there next to your feet on your floor appears a big, heavy metal chest. I want you to see how thick the walls are and how heavy the lid is. Good. And now imagine that a cube appears right in between your fingers. You're holding this cube, and I want you to focus on the emotion of insecurity. Okay? I want you to really feel this. And I want you to exhale the insecurity into your cube. Breathe it out, blow it out. This cube can hold an unlimited amount of mist. And as you're exhaling, you can see the cube filling up with mist. And I want you to tell me once this cube is as full as it's going to get. Good. Now I want you to watch as this cube seals itself. And I want you to imagine that you reach down and just place it in the chest. Good. And a new cube appears right in between your fingers. And I want you to really focus on that feeling of not being loved. And exhale, releasing it into the cube. Because it's not yours. And it's not true. Well,
That's hard to let go.
It is. You take as much time as you need.
Okay, I think I got it.
Great job. Allow that cube to seal itself and place it down in the chest with the other one. And now a third cube appears in between your fingers. As you exhale into this cube, you're releasing that fear of being invisible, letting it go.
It's full.
Allow that cube to seal itself and place it down in the chest. And I want you to take a moment and just check in as you're growing your new business and you're becoming seen and loved and very visible and very profitable. Are there any other negative emotions that we may have forgotten about or left behind?
I don't see any.
Good. Okay, good. So now I want you to imagine that you're closing the lid on this big, heavy metal chest. And as you do, it's actually being welded shut. And I want you to take a layer of chains and wrap it around, closing it with a padlock. Nothing will ever get in and nothing will ever get out. And I'm going to ask that you get a little creative here. And I want you to do anything that you're willing or have to do to make sure that this chest is gone and never, ever seen again. And you can tell me only once it's completely gone.
It's gone.
When you're ready, open your eyes. How are you feeling?
Much better. Huge weight lifted.
Good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That is, you should feel lighter. And this process is called NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. What we do here is we take those unwanted emotions and those negative beliefs and we get rid of them from your subconscious. And so I want you to give yourself plenty of love, whatever that looks like. Drink water, because your subconscious mind, has anyone had a dream that your significant other cheated on you and you woke up and boy, you were pissed off? Has that ever happened? All right, cool. I'm not the only one. The truth is, your subconscious mind does not know the difference between reality and what we tell it to be true. So when we take on these beliefs and these stories, we get stuck there. And so what we just did is going to continue to process in your subconscious mind for up to a whole week. So you may be peppier, you may be lighter, you may be invincible, not invisible. And I hope you are.
Thank you so much. That was very powerful.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming and thank you for being brave. All right. Very cool. Sarah, come on down.
I don't know if I want to follow that.
You don't have to.
And I might freeze. I'm unstable. in lots of ways, I'm unstable. So I think your question was what we're fearing or what's our belief right now on if we can do this or not. And um I think some of my fears are just keeping up, doing what needs to happen over the 3 months. You know, I have total of 3 businesses I'm, trying to promote and things like that. Work a full-time job, single mom of 2, grandchild on the way. So it's just, I'm very fearful that I'm not gonna make it, and do the things that I really need to do, but I know I need to do it. So I'm doing the best I can, but that keeps me up. And yes, going on camera, videos, lives. Yeah.
All right. So what kind of expectation are you putting on yourself over the next 12 weeks?
To give it all I've got. And try to focus on finishing it and starting one thing at a time and just focusing, I guess.
So on a level of 1 to 10, how important would you rate integrity if 1 is not very important and 10 is the utmost important thing?
Integrity for what?
In
Me?
general, just integrity, whatever that means to you.
Eight?
It's a fair answer. So integrity to me means doing the things that you said you would do, even when no one is watching. And so 8 is a pretty solid number. I would ask that you create an agreement, a realistic agreement that says, here's my commitment. Whether that means pin once a day, whether it means pin 3 times a week, and honor that commitment with an agreement based on the integrity. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Because life is going to happen to us. We're humans, guys. We're 100% going to get bitch slapped with challenges, with adversity, I did not expect to leave everyone for a month and then come home with COVID. I've got an 8-year-old. I'm a caregiver to my dad. We have a herd of freaking goats, right? There's so many. I've retired my husband, so I'm very financially responsible and I cannot afford to be sick. So every single person in this room, you're going to have something happen to you. It's going to happen. And that is why I wholeheartedly love and teach Pinterest. And if you can grasp this now, then all the things that hit you, it's not going to cause a dent because the residual income is there. You're growing, you're influencing, you're growing your email list, you're making your sales. And this is that foundation. Makes sense, Sarah? And I know you logically know all these things. So when we write with pen and paper, we activate more than 6 places in our brain. When we type or we text, we only activate 2. So I'm going to challenge you to create a written agreement with what are the things you're willing to do through this 12 weeks and honor that commitment. Doesn't mean you have to extend yourself. It doesn't mean you have to work 18,000 hours a week. But if we can create this consistency muscle where it does start to compound for you, life will look very, very different next year at this time. And I don't know what your budget is, and this goes for everybody in the group. I have 2 amazing virtual assistants. They are in the Philippines. They only charge $5 American an hour. I'm going to be bringing them into our group and introducing them to you guys so that you have the ability to hire them at my level to create pins for you. So if you have a link, if you have a lead magnet, if you have a course, if you have anything, you can say, hey, Gwen, hey, April, here's my link. I want you to crank out 5 pins. Here's my logo. Here's my brand colors. Here's some pictures of me. And they will deliver for $5 an hour.
And when you say that, so whatever link, right? When you say pin, they're like creating the Canva that goes with it, and they're uploading it with description and keywords and things like that, correct?
They're only going to make the graphic for you unless
Okay.
you have a further private conversation and say, hey, you might as well pin it for me. I don't take that risk. I'm a super, super control freak because I want to make sure that my due diligence is with my keywords, right? So I don't mean any disrespect to them. Their English isn't the best. So I'm not going to put my business keyword research on people from the Philippines. I'm going to say, hey, make me some beautiful, aesthetically pleasing graphics, get them back to me, and then I pin my graphics once a week.
That's just something else I'm learning. I'm not finding good keywords for myself. So again, it's probably, I need to spend more time doing it, but yeah.
What have you been looking at?
Well, I was trying to do boards first, and I mean, I know you kind of did a check on them and thought they were okay, but it's like, so like I have things like on my head, like quotes, right? But
Yeah.
if I do the quotes, right? Do I make a board for that? And if so, what's the right keyword to drive them? Is it 2024 quotes, you know?
Oh, Sarah, you are not having trouble with keywords. You're having trouble with overthinking.
Yeah, probably.
That's the problem. I'm serious. That's the problem. Right now, your perfectionism is kicking in on full bore. And you're like, what if I make the wrong move? There is no wrong move. There isn't a wrong move. I want you to hear me.
'Cause I've honestly effed up everything I've done.
You
And
haven't.
I have not, you know, been able, I just don't feel like I can market and sell. I don't feel like I'm good at it. So I do overthink it.
Oh, yes. So we're getting into some deeper stuff here, right? Okay. It's not about the keywords. It's about a belief system, right? You've been through a lot. You're a single mama. You've got things happening. So where in your life has this pattern come up before?
My whole life. I mean, I've 2 failed divorces. I didn't have to dream about my husband cheating on me. I had 2 of them who did it. So, I mean, I've done everything. I do everything myself. I raised my daughter by myself, no help. In fact, I'm fighting with a lawyer right now, right? I mean, I failed at everything.
All right, this is going to be on you, but I need you to really hear me. And anyone in this room, listen clearly, because the words that we use are everything. Absolutely everything. And I need you to watch your language. I need you to watch your language on how you talk to yourself and about yourself. And I'm telling you right now, absolutely everything that you want is literally just a decision. And when you're in a space and you're like, F you, Kim, whatever you say, this is some bullshit mindset, foo-foo stuff. I promise you it's not. I promise you it's not. I promise you, Sarah, I have been in the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst situations. I had my only sister kill herself. Then I had my mother kill herself. I was pregnant both times. I was severely, severely depressed. I was on antidepressants for 10 years, and I thought my life could never change and I would never amount to anything. This is some of the hardest work that we ever have to do, but it's the most rewarding. So when we talk about at night before you go to bed, to write down. The reason I say write is because, like I said, when we write with pen and paper, we activate more than 6 places in our brain. What are the 3 things that you're grateful for? And that's not some bullshit exercise. That's so that we start training your brain. Nothing we do is overnight. It's always over time. But that's so we start training your brain to look for more of. Kelly Kilmer, are you still here? Can you unmute if you are?
I'm here.
When I was on stage in Wisconsin and I brought a volunteer up to the stage, do you remember the exercise that I did with Debbie Hackett?
I remember bringing her up, but I don't think I remember the whole exercise.
So I had done this in a live audience, and I said to her, I'm going to give you about 10 seconds. I want you all right now, when I say go, don't do it yet, but I want you to look around your room and your surroundings and just count as many blue items as you can. Okay, go. All right, stop. Don't look anymore. Don't cheat. How many did you come up with? All right, you got 6, you got 3, you got 7, you got 5, 4. All right, 4 for Jackie, 6 for Teresa. All right, wow, 10. So now I'm going to give you about 8 seconds or so just to be aware of your surroundings. Just really be mindful and present and just look around and get familiar with where you're at. Okay. Did you find any more blue items that you did not see the first time? Sarah, stop looking. Did you see any more? "100% of the room said, yes, I saw more." That is because what we subconsciously choose to focus on is what we're going to see and find more of. So when it starts with gratitude, it really does start with gratitude. If we have a piece of shit ex-spouse or daddy baby or anything like that, I'll challenge you. Get a book, and every single day, write one thing in the book that you're grateful for. And you start to train your brain on how to appreciate positivity and gratitude to a point where you become untouchable by anything else. And then the fear dissipates. We don't have to overthink because we're not worried about what people think. We're building a stronger, solid foundation for ourselves. And it's going to come out in how we parent. It's going to come out in our relationships. It's going to come out in how we do business. Is this landing? Okay. Good. So do me a favor. I want you to get clear on your expectations. Sarah, this is for you specifically. And I want you to write them out. And that's what we're going to use as our kind of guiding force over the next 12 weeks. Fair enough?
Yep.
Okay. Is there anything I forgot? I don't know if she's freezing.
I'm still here. I'm just freezing, I
I
think.
figured. I didn't forget anything, did I?
I don't think so. I mean, I definitely need to set my goals. So that's my plan, is to do that and try to hit.
Remove the word try.
I will hit it.
We've got a lot of work to do on this language. And this is where it starts, you guys, for all of us. This is really where it starts. If we speak in a lack or scarcity form, How can we elevate to our highest possible vibration and belief system? It's just not going to happen. There's an app. It is called, I don't know if the app has the word the, but I'm going to put it in the chat. Mindfulness Bell. Mindfulness Bell. It is a free app. And when you download the Mindfulness Bell, you can tell this bell to randomly go off once an hour for however many hours you're awake. So I might say, hey, go off once an hour from 9 a.m. until 8 p.m. every single day. It's this beautiful, beautiful gong sound. It's very pretty. And of course, the volume has to be up on your phone to hear it. But the whole premise here is every time you hear that gong, you need to stop what you're doing immediately and find something truly that you are grateful for in that moment, not some BS fluff. And again, over time, not overnight, we're retraining this brain. We're creating new neurotransmitters. We're literally regrowing pieces of our brain, and it's scientifically proven that you can do this. And that's how I got out of my depression. That's how I started to make money and retired my husband. All right, we got about 14 minutes left. Anybody else want to step up to the plate tonight? Jackie.
I think my biggest concern is having a blog or an email list. I don't have either one. And then having I don't remember what was the other thing you said. I mean, I don't have anything like on my Pinterest to send people to.
Okay. Let me ask you, what are you selling?
Health and wellness products.
Okay. So you're with a network marketing company? Okay. Have you tried to pin your company's products yet?
I haven't, no.
So do me a favor and try to pin one of your links. All we're looking for at this point is to see if it is going to be blocked as potential spam.
Okay.
If it's not, this is not the end of the world for you. You can pin it without a problem. I'm a marketer. I'm going to think like a marketer, and I think longevity. I think leverage. So do you have a Facebook group?
I do. It's not active, but I'm going to get it revived again.
Okay. Worst case scenario, your website doesn't pin because it's blocked as spam. Let's pretend that happens. We need a workaround. So if that's the case, you could pin your Facebook group and do all the nurturing and selling from inside of the Facebook group. That's a great way to do this. What I'm trying to do here is protect you guys, specifically the network marketers, from pinning your products, because I've had people hire me. I charge $3,000 for 90 days of done for you service. And I had one client who did not want to follow my recommendation, and she wanted to pin her network marketing products. And I'm like, look, I'm telling you what my recommendation would be. If you choose to ignore that, I'll take your money and I'll pin for you, but there's never a guarantee. And she's like, no, I want my products pinned. And I said, fine. So at the end of 90 days, she made $0 back, because what happens is, if you're not doing a really good job in your content, so these are your pins and also your videos, of really, really painting the picture of why you need this product, a couple of things have the potential of happening. And I'm not saying it's going to happen to you, but I think it's very responsible for us to have this conversation before it's too late. Is, let's say I click on your link and I learn, oh, I loved her content, I loved her pins, but oh, it's this company. I know people from this company, and because of my relationship with that person, I'm not willing to even give your company another look. So that happens more than not. The other thing that could happen is when I get there and I see, we all know that network marketing is absolutely the best products in the world. They are, but we are going to get what we pay for. And so all these people who want to go to a gas station to get CBD gummies or go to Amazon and price shop, they're thinking in that, especially now with inflation being what it is. So if they get to your website and they're like, it's how much? Yeah, I don't need it that bad. Then we have what's called that drop-off rate. So we can drive traffic to your website, but we can't guarantee sales. The sales come in when people have kind of marinated in your ecosystem for a long enough period of time. The newest numbers came out, and it could take anywhere from 8 to 20 exposures before someone takes the next step with you. So that's better from a Facebook group or an email list. I'm actually going to be hosting, I was going to do this training, I think today. I think it was today. And I was like, I only have enough in me for one meeting, and that's you guys. You guys are my priority for the next 90 days. So I took everything else off of my calendar for today. I'm going to reattempt this on Friday at noon Central. I'm going to show you. Don't do anything with this yet, please, because I have a link that will give you guys what you deserve. So don't do anything. I'm just going to show you. If we go to plr.me, don't go there. Actually, here's the link. Maybe I have it. I can give you 10 credits, but I have it in an email. No. plr.me. If I were in your shoes, health and wellness, Jackie, but is there even like a further niche? Is it weight loss? Is it joint pain? Is it?
I can do a lot of different things with it. So it can target weight loss. It targets,
Let's try weight loss. That's pretty specific. And you can do this as many times as you need to. So when people come over to plr.me, you're going to get only 2 credits. You're going to see how quickly those 2 credits. You're going to get 2 credits every single month, and they do not roll over. So if you don't use them, you lose them. But here we go. This thing is 1 credit, and it's just a fact sheet. Stop sabotaging your weight loss fact sheet. So PLR is private label rights. And there's many, many, many successful coaches and mentors in the industry who don't want people to have the secrets of what they use. This is one of those secrets. So if you don't think that you could get together a freebie, what we call a lead magnet, right? That's something you create in exchange for the email. I would create, well, I wouldn't create anything. I would come here and grab something like, here's a checklist for weight loss and fitness progress, weight loss self-reflection worksheet, weight loss goal tracker. You could download these for free. With PLR, you have the legal right to change it, to rebrand it to yourself. You can gift it. You can even sell it. I have a link that will gift you all 10 credits. So you could come in here and you could have a field day. You could put together a beautiful bundle for weight loss, right? And you could do this for each specificity in the product itself. And you could very, very easily go to Aweber, create an email list for yourself. Inside of Aweber, it's $20 a month. And you're able to create a funnel right inside of Aweber. So you could say, here's my beautiful weight loss, lose weight 5 pounds by Christmas bundle. They download that, but on the thank you page, it's like, hey, don't try to do this alone, because if you could have, you would have already, right? And it's not about shaming and it's not about guilt, but it's saying, let's be realistic. Here is a product that's going to help you accelerate this, and I'll be by your side each step of the way. So whether they buy right then and there, now you have rapport. It's not just this click and a drop-off rate through Pinterest, and then they can stay on your email list and they can marinate if they need to. I know this is a lot. I've been doing this for a long time and I talk about it like it's just zip, zip, zip. But for what you've invested, not just with me for this course, but I'm talking about your time. Time is our most precious commodity. The time that it's going to take you to create your pins, to do the descriptions, to do the keyword research, to do the actual pinning. I would hate for you to not have a return on investment at the end of this. So not to create more work, but I would just say, hey, let's test, because everything we do in this industry is testing. We've got to test and collect the data before we make a decision and pivot. Start off by seeing if your product will allow you to pin it. Make sure it's not marked as spam. If it is not, go ahead and sprinkle those in. It's not the end of the world. I know people, and if you guys, anyone with essential oils, when you do your keyword research, there are people who specifically look for doTERRA, and there are people who specifically look for Young Living. And if you omit those words on Pinterest, you could be missing out on new sales, new customers, and then if it is blocked as spam, start with the lowest hanging fruit, which is your Facebook group. Resurrect it, start serving, start showing up, start talking about the pains and problems, make the offer and pin that Facebook group. And then when you're ready to grow an email list, Aweber is extremely simple to use. It's extremely affordable. It is a business expense, so therefore it's a tax write-off for your business. Then what you could do is then you could create your PLR lead magnets, and you can be up and running in no time.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That was a lot. Are you okay?
I am okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've got me. So, we're going to meet weekly, but if you guys have any questions, any struggles, post in the group and just make sure that you tag me. All right, Gladys, you are our last contestant on The Price is Right. What's up, lady?
I'm going to be really quick. I just wanted to offer Jackie and some of the other beginners some hope. I was looking at my numbers last night. When I started with you, and I don't remember exactly how we got going on Pinterest, but my notes say on week 1, I had 126 monthly views, and that's the beginning of July. I have been reasonably consistent, but not every day. And then I had a bit of a spell in August, I guess, when I didn't post for a few days. So it kind of dropped off. But as of yesterday, I had 1.48 monthly views. And I was pretty excited about that. But that's just, and I haven't, thanks ladies. And I really haven't been doing a lot of intense marketing. I'm doing sort of generic, make money online, those kinds of connections, affiliate marketing. And I'm always mindful of the fact that you say that it's going to take 3 or 4 months. So I'm really targeting to have something good happening by Christmas time or into the new year. So I'm hoping that might offer some hope to Jackie and some of the other beginners who are kind of overwhelmed.
Thank you for sharing and congratulations. That's awesome. Very cool. Yes, that deserves a round of
I was
applause.
pretty excited.
And you're a part-time
just,
pinner, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. And I alternate between some make money online stuff and I just go around with my camera And like now in the fall, the colors around here are spectacular, or some of the animals that I come across, or like I was volunteering this summer and I came across a pen with this giant Texas Longhorn bull, and I gotta have that picture. So I used it the other day. So yeah, either one of those. And my best performing pin, I was at the golf course and I turned on my phone. I went to the highest point in the golf course and I just walked down the fairway. And that's my highest performing pin.
Us humans, we're so weird. It's like, they want that real lifestyle type of stuff. And that's why I say lifestyle definitely performs better than the professional poised, we don't need that. We don't need to put our falsies on before we take a selfie, ladies. Like, you're beautiful just the way you are. People love you for that. So way to go, Gladys. That's awesome. All right. Let me get my dates straight here, because we are now at a point where we're wrapping up, but I want to make sure. So next week, we are going to be talking about collaboration. We're going to be talking about sharing other people's pins. And again, in our Facebook group, we've got the guide, as well as it's pinned kind of in that featured section. So Monday, the 9th, which is exactly a week from today, 11 a.m. Central. And I am doing this again at our kickoff call. I'm like, we are global. We've got people all around the world in this group. So just to kind of be fair, we're going to alternate between kind of like night sessions and morning sessions. So I really am sorry for that, for everyone who has got to catch the replay. So collaboration boards and other people's content next Monday at 11 a.m. Central. Was this helpful tonight? Okay, good. All right. You guys, we're off to a great start. Love you muchly. Have a great week. I'll be in the group. Keep pinning, ask your questions, and I'll see you next Monday.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Kim.
Bye, guys. You're welcome.